BJ.
What's up, Zach?
Dude, what the fuck is going on, man? You are live right now on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation fucking radio, man. We just got done blasting Penetration of Maggots.
Nice. That's a good one to play.
What the fuck, dude? How do you guys come up with these names, man? I can't fucking play that shit without laughing, dude, because it's just so fucking badass, dude. I love it, man. I love it, dude. And you guys are fucking awesome, man. It was great seeing you guys live a couple weeks ago at the fucking Morgoth's fucking motherfucking just a motherfucking metal show, dude. You guys kicked ass, man.
That was a sick show.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So tell us, BJ, what the fuck is going on in your world, man? What have you guys been doing?
Well, you know, we've been busy working on, we have quite a few shows coming up. Like tomorrow night, we're playing in Memphis at B-Side, and it's another Morgoth show. So
hell yeah.
That should be pretty. And, you know, we're writing new material, and then next weekend we have Arkansas Death Fest that we're playing, and then we have a June tour now to announce. And then, of course, we have the August tour with Flesh Hoarder, which you guys are sponsoring. So, you know, busy.
Fuck yeah, man. So go ahead and announce that new tour, dude. What we got, man?
It's going to be us with Severe Head Wound, and basically we're doing the East Coast run up to New York and back, January 16th through the 25th. And we'll be posting cities and venues probably Monday, if not this weekend.
Fuck yeah, man!
So really,
hell yeah, man!
And
you guys are busy as fuck, man. You're doing it, man. You're doing the thing.
Yeah, man. Since we got our van recently, I was already booking half this stuff I started booking last year to try to lock in the dates as soon as possible. So, but yeah, now we're all set. So we're going to do as much as we can. And July, we're pretty much taking off to hopefully record the next album. So, but we should be able to get that knocked out pretty quick.
Now, do you guys book your own shows, man?
Yeah, I book everything. I do the tour routing, gather sponsors, the itinerary. Basically, I'm like your one-stop shop for
holy shit,
us.
No wonder you're fucking going gray, man. That's
yeah, it can drive you crazy sometimes. I mean, sometimes it's just like, why can't you just respond to an email?
yeah. I know, man. Oh my god, dude. Like, what the fuck, man? What is wrong with some people, man? Why the fuck? Just reply to the goddamn email, man. That's all we need, man. I know, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we have everything that EPK ready to go, you know, and so all of our info's laid out there, and I love it when they respond back, can you send us some more links? I'm like, just sent you everything we have. But okay, we'll figure out what we can send you. I just send it again. They're like, okay, cool. So it's not too bad, though. Not too bad.
So what's the response been so far, man, on the road, man, playing these shows, playing these songs, man? How have the people been responding to these fucking sick fucking tracks you guys play, man?
It's been going pretty well, actually. So, you know, we switched up drummers last year, and so, you know, we play the songs a little bit differently live now, and that's why we're going to re-record, like, our top 5 picks along with 5 new tracks. But yeah, the response has been great, because we have, my son, he plays drums for us, like mainly in stay because he's underage. And then we have Eddie Hoffman, aka Machete Eddie, who's played with like Vital Remains, I Wrestled a Bear Once, and just a whole bunch of bands.
Man, speaking of your son, dude, you were telling us a crazy story. You were telling me and Carl at the show when we were hanging out back on the deck, man. You were telling us a fucking thing, dude. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we were playing our album release show, and well, I mean, our original drummer was a bit too drunk, and so our son came up and basically saved. I mean, my son came up, he saved the show by like playing the set, and so I mean, and half the songs he never rehearsed with me before. He just played on lists because he always hears us practicing. So that was really cool. And so that's why when we let the other drummer go, I put him in the spot, and so he's done quite a few shows with us so far. So,
and he never rehearsed with you?
No, I mean, he did like, there was a couple of songs he played with us, but I mean, there was 3 songs that he's never played with us, and he just knocked it out of the park. So,
dude, that's fucking badass, man. He just knew it just from hearing you guys play all the time, man. That's fucking cool, dude. Like,
hell yeah, man.
That's some fucking serious fucking shit, man. I mean, I play too. I play guitar, man. But I can't just sit there and listen to somebody play and already know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like I have to fucking look up the fucking tabs or some shit. What the fuck?
Oh man. If I have a question about something, I just go to my son because he plays guitar and bass and keyboards too, and so
fuck yeah,
he's been helping me write, with some of the new material. It's pretty sick, and so it's definitely going to be what we're actually going to do on our album is my son's going to record half of it, Machete Eddie's going to record half of it, so. There would be like, the Machete Eddie sessions and then the Samus sessions. So should be pretty cool because they're both badass drummers. So
hell yeah, man. Well, I can't wait to hear what you guys do next. And so you say that you guys are re-recording some of these songs?
Yes. Yeah, we haven't. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we're not sure which 5 we're going to re-record yet, and so we're kind of like voting on them, which ones that we really want to do, and that seemed to be the fan favorites, especially with the way they're played now. So, and but I know like Head on Stick will definitely be on there, and then I think we're going to redo Choir of Death from the first album.
Fuck yeah.
But we haven't decided on the other 3 yet.
Right on, man.
So,
well, take us back to the very beginning, dude. Let's go back to the very beginning, man, when you were just a kid and you were listening to fucking music and you were like, I want to fucking be a headbanger and I want to fucking play something, man. What were some of the bands that you started listening to that really brought you into this whole fucking thing, dude?
Well, I mean, originally, I shared a room with my older brother. And so I got introduced to stuff like Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and Kiss pretty early.
Hell yeah.
And probably the thing that made me want to play the most was like when I turned around 13, started getting into stuff like Misfits and Slayer. And then I discovered Deicide and Morbid Angel. And I was like, I want to play like that.
Fuck yeah, man.
And I actually started playing bass first, and then I switched to guitar. So, because I just was not a good bass player, but I'm a good guitar player. So,
Yeah, dude, you killing it, man. And speaking of Deicide, man, I got a Deicide interview coming up next at the next hour, man. Fucking hell yeah, dude. Love those guys, man.
I know. Yeah, they've been going strong for a long time. I'm like, the new album's just fucking killer.
Dude, it's fucking, dude, they don't fucking stop, man. Like, I've been listening to them since I was fucking legit like 12 years old, man. I remember 1990, I think. Well, fucking, I was living in Maryland, and we had a station on the FM dial out of Baltimore. It was called the Underground. I can't remember the exact number of the fucking station exactly, but it was fucking insane, dude. Like, it was run by a bunch of college kids, and they were fucking playing all kinds of fucking metal, like Overkill and fucking Sepultura and fucking, like, you name it, like stuff that you would not see on Headbangers Ball on MTV or anything. Like, and I remember one night I was recording with my tape recorder, you know, dubbing tapes, and they played fucking Deicide, Sacrificial Suicide, and the title track Deicide, and I recorded it, and I was like, what the fuck is this, man? I just played it over and over and over until I went out and bought the fucking CD for the whole album. But, like, man, dude, that shit was insane. That was probably my first actual, like, real death metal, I think, introduction. You know, like, I mean, Sepultura, I heard them before that, but they were kind of more, you could consider them more like thrash death, but Deicide was straight fucking satanic fucking death metal to the fucking core, just beat you in the fucking, you know.
Because when I see how I got introduced to like Deicide and Morbid Angel and them was I had a friend that I met that got transferred from California to Arkansas to live with his grandparents because he got into too much trouble. And his grandparents found his tape collection and was going to throw him in the trash. And bought the whole thing for like $20.
Hell yeah.
And it had Deicide, Legion in there. It had Morbid Angel, Altars of Madness, and Blessed Art Sick, and just all kinds of cassettes. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, that led me to, like, go find, like, there used to be these comp CDs, Death is Only Beginning.
Yes. That's
remember those?
That's one of my favorites, dude. One of my favorites, man.
I used to get those, and that's how I discovered other underground bands and international bands. And because, you know, in Arkansas, the only way we found out about stuff before the internet was by magazines or tape trading. So, you know, and then we found out about those comp CDs, and they were actually available in our local music store. So
yeah,
we started snatching those up. We're like, holy shit.
It was actually, Death is Just the Beginning. I found out about that actually from Headbangers Ball. I'm not going to lie, dude. Lon Friend from Rip Magazine was on there, and he was doing a little special thing where he would, like, go through some CDs and just, like, showcase some underground shit. And that was one of the CDs that he had, and he popped it in. He was, like, talking about it. He was playing Pungent Stench and all this shit, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And so immediately, I you know, like, the next day, I was like, fucking, Mom, take me to the fucking record store. And I went down there and fucking found it, dude, and fucking, yeah, man, fucking, but, like, you know.
Life-changing.
Totally life-changing, man. I remember back in those days carrying a fucking backpack full of cassette tapes with my Walkman, and I'd go with my mom to run her errands, you know, whatever she was doing, and she'd go in somewhere to pay a bill or something, and I'd be out there in the car, and I'd put the fucking tape in and crank it up on the stereo, and people would be walking by, you know, they're like looking at me like, what the fuck is this? You know, that's what I knew right there, man. I was like, man, this is the fucking shit. I mean, you know, my first, you know, the first fucking metal that I was getting into was like Iron Maiden, and then like all the fucking glam, the hair metal bands and stuff that was being played on FM radio and MTV and stuff. I was into all that. But then when Metallica came out, that's what kind of broke open the fucking gates, man. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is heavy. And then it was like the search began, you know. It was like, okay, well, what's next? And you got Slayer.
See, I remember being a kid, and my brother got a bootleg of No Lights, Hell Leather, and on cassette that somebody mailed him, and I remember listening to that with him when I was like little, and so like he went from like listening to Metallica, then you know the early Megadeth, you know So Far So Good So What when it came out, and stuff like that. Of course, you know when I was a kid, I remember like the first day of MTV when it came out and watching the music videos, I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And but I remember like I always liked the Van Halen videos, you know, those were really cool when I was a kid. So
yeah, dude.
And of course Eddie just shredding.
Eddie shredding and David Lee Roth fucking jumping off the fucking amps and shit, fucking doing fucking cartwheels and shit. Like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah. He probably just did like 6 rails of coke. It was like, whoa!
Hell yeah, woo! Like fuck
yeah, going Macho Man.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah, dude. Those motherfuckers were wild back then, man. God damn, dude.
Oh man, I mean, hell, between Eddie, like, you know, diving his amps out, some of them melted down, so he always had backups. It's like insane. And so,
speaking of Eddie, man, isn't it funny how, like, when you think of his guitar tone and the stuff that he was doing, he wasn't actually pushing the gain all the way on his amps or anything, but he helped design the 5150 amps, which are like the fucking go-to amp now, you know, like, and has been for like the last 20 fucking something years for fucking metal, you know, because there's so much fucking gain in those goddamn things, dude. But like, it's funny when I think about it, because I'm like, why did he tell the fucking dudes to make that shit so fucking gain heavy when he wasn't even really using half of it?
It's just, it's probably so he could appeal to like a large market, and you know, with those 5150s and even like the new EVH 5150s, they're built like tanks, you know. So I mean, that's why I use the 5153 EL34, and that thing just is solid. And you know, I don't have to run any boost or anything like that on it. So, and I run the blue channel, which is like the rock channel.
Hell yeah.
So that's how I get that real driven, you know, kind of Marshall tone that I like a lot. So, and
yeah, I know I know he was a big trickster. Like, I know I've read a lot of stuff where it says, like, when he was asked about specific things about his tone and shit like that, he would tell a straight up lie and just be like, you know, oh, well, I do this and do that. But like later on, people figure it out. They're like, no, wait a second. That's totally not even. So it kind of made me think, like, maybe that's why he fucking made that amp to be that way. Like, he was thinking, you know, I'll fucking make this shit like so fucking extreme and so crazy, and people will think that that's what I'm doing, but it's not. But the thing is, like, it sort of spawned a whole new fucking thing, you know?
Oh yeah, I think like the red channel you know, that boosted red channel, I mean, he definitely used that for leads. And, you know, because you don't have to, like, put very much gain on that red channel. It's just a beast. And so, like, you know, you hit that, and you can get that Van Halen guitar tone, lead tone easily. But, you know, no telling, because, I mean, I know he had, like, all kinds of pedals, and I just never really looked at his rig setup, but I know in the early days he had some pretty wild stuff that he put together, Frankenstein, so.
Hell yeah. Well, speaking of gear and shit, man, you kind of mentioned a little bit about it, but I got to ask for all the gearheads out there, what exact, can you give us like a rig rundown of what you're using and everything, like pedals, amps, speakers, all that shit?
Yeah, I'm using, for myself, I use a 50 watt EVH 5153, the EL34 model. And then basically I have like a Boss NS2 noise gate and a wall, carbon copy delay. And my wall is funny, it's like actually a Behringer Hellbay wall, but it's pretty solid. I like it because it has the optical and not like the mechanical switch.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no noise. And it actually has like a boost built into it that I activate when I activate the wall. So, but other than that, I use the Kerry King Edition 10 band EQ.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm running a 4 cable method, so like
nice.
You know, that's just the thing to do. If you want to get the best tone out of your amp, go 4 cable.
Hell yeah, dude.
And so keeps it quiet. It makes it sound really good. But cab wise, I actually run into a old school crate Marty Freeman 2x15, and it just has the stock crate 15-inch guitar speakers in there.
Nice.
And so yeah, it's just pretty straightforward. And then guitar wise, I use ESP LTDs, and my main one now is I use the Jeff Hanneman Signature Series, the JH600, but I also have Black Metal M2 and then the Black Metal EC, both those with Floyd's, and you know, I just kind of rotate them out, and they're just workhorses.
Man, those ECs are fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I love playing the EC. It's like so comfortable.
Yeah, I have an LTD guitar, and that's really actually that is definitely my favorite guitar, man. And you know, for all my other guitars that are sitting in this room right now, I'm sorry. I don't mean that to offend you. I love you all, but there's something special about that fucking LTD, man. Like, goddamn, man. Every time I pick, it never goes out of tune. Dude,
I know.
It never goes out of tune, man. It's just like the weather can change, the fucking temperature, everything, man. It's like everything else will fucking go out of tune, man. But that motherfucker, it's just a fucking workhorse, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're built for touring and working musicians. And I mean, you can even find like good deals on the higher end models used, and you're better off. I mean, even if you're starting to learn how to play guitar, just get you a good guitar to start with that will make you want to play. You know, if you get one of these like cheap little $100, $200 guitars, they play horrible, and then you don't build your confidence up, and you give up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. It definitely helps having some good fucking gear, man, to play on, because yeah, I totally know, man. Like, I remember I bought a fucking BC Rich fucking NJ Series Warlock, and I still have it. I love that motherfucker because of the way it looked. You know, it was so sick, dude. But that motherfucker fucking never stays in tune, man. And the fucking Floyd broke on it, and it's like there's a fucking hole where the fucking the bridge saddle fucking sits, and it's a fucking mess, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know, that's the unfortunate thing about some of the BC Rich stuff. Like, certain years or imports are amazing, and then there's other years where the imports are just horrible because they put the cheapest parts available on them. And so, you know, like, I used to play BC Rich a lot, but also had USA Custom Shop. So, and but I got rid of all of those because, I mean, they were boat anchors. They were just way too heavy on my back.
Yeah, and neck diving all the time, man. If you're playing standing up, man, the motherfucker neck dives.
Yeah.
Dude. It's like, what the fuck, man? That should be right there. That's a red flag, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, that should be number one priority when quality control or whatever the fuck they do, man. Put some fucking weights in the fucking goddamn thing. Whatever you got to do, man. Do something.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that's just
balance it out a little better. But, you know, I used to use, like, really wide guitar straps to keep that from happening. So, but yeah, I've seen other people, like, actually put, you know, lead weights on, like, the inside of their guitar.
Yeah.
To not make it happen. I'm like, the guitar only weighs 10 pounds. They're adding 5 pounds to it. So,
but that's ridiculous when you think about it. Like, what the fuck, man? Why should you have to do that? You know, you done spent like fucking $600-$700 on this guitar, or 1,000, whatever. You shouldn't have to fucking do that, man. Like, come on, man. What the fuck, dude?
Oh, I know. It's just ridiculous.
But
I mean, the price you pay for a cool shaped guitar.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Well, dude, I got a question for you from Carl, man. You remember Carl? He's in the chat room right now. He wants to know, do you ever scare yourself while you're writing your own songs?
No. Sometimes we question our sanity, though. So it's like, because sometimes Buzzy writes a lot of the lyrics, and so I'll be sitting there like, here's the lyrics for the song. And I'm reading them, I'm like, don't go to sleep around Buzzy tonight. So, but no, I mean, you know, some stuff are like, I don't know, should we push it? And we're like, yeah, why not? Let's just go ahead and push it. So, but no, nothing's really ever, like, scared or disturbed us. I mean, we make fun of a lot of stuff, so there's that. Like, the song about Dahmer is pretty much just making fun of how he got caught, you know. So,
oh, dude, he's one of,
imagine the smell.
I'm a big fan of true crime and like, I love documentaries about serial killers and all that kind of stuff, man. I watch all that shit. I listen to a lot of podcasts, last podcast on the left and stuff like that. Jeffrey Dahmer is one of the fucking, he's one of the fucking most, like, just sloppiest fucking dudes ever. Like, it's insane that he got away with it for so long because it was so fucking sloppy. It's like, what the
I know.
It's hilarious.
Well, you know, he was an alcoholic, so I mean, he just, you know, did the bare minimum. I mean, if you think about it, he was kind of a lazy serial killer. You know, he didn't really put that much work into it. You know, it's just like, hey, you want to go back to my place and I take photos? And we're like, okay. And then he drugs them, and then, well, you know, that's it.
I mean, he had cops literally came into his fucking apartment while he had a dead dude in the bed, and they didn't even fucking see it.
I mean, yeah, he had him under the bed. He had to kick the hand underneath the bed so they wouldn't see it. But in the bathroom, he had like several bodies in the process of being, broken down. It's like, oh, in the refrigerator there was a head, and then on the stove there was a pot full of dicks. I'm like, what was he making? Dick dogs?
Yeah, them motherfuckers went in there and they were just like, man, fuck this guy, man. We don't want nothing to do with this shit. Let's get the hell out of here, man. Let's go fucking do something else.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucked up how he got away with it the way he did. It's just like, damn. But yeah, man, it's crazy. And we drove by his grandmother's house when we were in Milwaukee, and it's still standing. And he killed a couple of people in the basement. So it was a real nice neighborhood, real quiet. You would never suspect anything like that happened there, but it was just creepy as fuck, man.
Yeah, if that house was still standing, it would totally be a fucking museum, like a fucking an attraction, like for tourists.
Yeah, I mean, well, his grandmother's house, it's still standing. It's still there. And it's a private property now. I'm like, I don't know who would want to live there, but somebody does. And but no, the apartment building they tore down. I think they finally tore down his boyhood home, maybe. But I'm not for certain on that. His boyhood home's like in Ohio, I believe. So, see, yeah, I think so. Somewhere up there in the Midwest. I don't know what's going on in the Midwest. A bunch of fucked up serial killers came from that area.
and casket robbery.
Yes,
those motherfuckers, man. Yeah, dude. Like, last year when they played at the fest, man, like, I kind of wanted to fucking stabilize on that when we were promoting it, and say something about the fact that they come from the cheese fucking country, where but it was already like it was beyond me. Like, people were already fucking protesting. They were already freaked out. They were already fucked up. I was just like, fuck it, man. I'll just leave it alone.
Yeah, that's true, man. But man, my boss is calling me back to work. I'm working this Polyphia show tonight, and
got you, man. Yeah, man. Well, hey, dude, we'll wrap this up, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, dude. Before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Yeah, man. Let's see.
Whenever you're ready, say something like, this is Pantheon, and you're listening to Metal Devastation motherfucking radio.
That'll work. All right. This is Pantheon, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio Network with Zachary Moonshine.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, man. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to blast some more Pantheon for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy. And you have a good night, brother.
All right, man. You too. And come if you're bored, come out tomorrow night to Memphis.
Fuck yeah, man. You heard it, motherfuckers. Get your asses out there and fucking bang your heads.
Yep. We'll be at B-side with, I think we're playing with Death Spiral of Inherited Suffering again, so it's going to be a good show.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, man. We'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Cheers.
Later.
There you have it, folks. Pantheon live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your neighbor's driveway. Do whatever the fuck you got to do, man. If you don't see U-Haul trucks everywhere, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, seriously, dude. Like, you got some serious fucking things you need to contemplate if you're not fucking seeing that shit. Crank it up.